Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Start with the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you all? Hope you will be hale and hearty. Welcome to the new class. I am Safia Bro, your botany teacher. This is our first video lecture of botany. In this video tutorial, we are starting with a new chapter, that is the cell. In this chapter, we will talk about the structure of the cell, the functions of the cell, even we will discuss about difference between plant cell and animal cell and functions of the components of the cell, and apart from this, bit introduction and difference or bit discussion about prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So, if we talk about the cell, this word is not new, or it is not like that we are listening this word for the very first time. We have studied about the cell in previous classes and we have discussed a lot in previous classes, but obviously we will learn something extra in first year standard. So if someone asks a question, what is a cell? So what will be your answer? You can answer that cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. In other words, cells make up living things and carry out activities that keep a living thing alive. The discovery of cells and their structure became possible with the development of optical lenses and with the construction of compound microscope. Now, let's talk about the discovery first, and then we will come to the cell theory and the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. So, to begin with, first of all, I would like to start from the history of the cell. So, we are going to talk about the history. So, first question rises in our mind. Who discovered cell? Who gave the name cell? From where did it start? So in 1665, a scientist named Robert Hooke, he saw a slide of cork. What does cork mean? Cork is a bark. And when he was observing the slide, he saw some compactly arranged structure. They were geometric. They were tightly packed together. They were small, tight compartments like honeycomb structure. So he named that small tight compartment a cell. Later on, in 1831, another scientist, Robert Brown, discovered a spherical body in the cell named nucleus. So, if anyone asks a question that who discovered cell, your answer will be Robert Hooke discovered cell. And who discovered nucleus? You can say Robert Brown discovered nucleus. After that, in 1838, another scientist, T. Schwann, observed the nucleus was surrounded by a fluid in the cell. So, he named it cytoplasm. Now, cell is defined as the structural and functional unit of living organisms, made up of protoplasm, containing nucleus, surrounded by cytoplasm, bounded by cell membrane. Later, it was pointed out the structure of an animal cell and plant cell is similar. Just there is only one difference, that the plant cell has a cell wall in addition to the cell membrane. An animal cell do not have cell wall. Clear, students? Now, let's move on to the cell theory. Two scientists, Schleiden in 1838, he was a German botanist, and T. Schwann in 1839, he was a German zoologist, came up with cell theory. They proposed cell theory. Now cell theory states that the first point of cell theory, students, all organisms are composed of one or more cells. In this point, they gave the idea of unicellular or multicellular organisms. The second point of cell theory is The cell is the structural and functional unit of life. The second point says that the function of an organism is actually the outcome of all the accumulative function of the cell. That means if a cell is performing respiration, all the body is performing respiration. If body needs nourishment, means the cell needs nourishment as well. Schleiden and Schwann idea on the origin of cell was not convincing. They said the cell is de novo structure. It could arise from non-cellular material. But in 1855, Rudolf Virchow, a German pathologist, added a third point to the cell theory. That is, cell can arise only by the division of pre-existing cell. It is not a de novo structure. Originally, cell theory was given by two scientists, Schleiden and Schwann. Later on, this theory was modified because of addition of one more point, which was given by Rudolf Virchow. So that this theory is now known as the modern cell theory. And the scientist who gave the modern cell theory, the name included Schwann, Schleiden and Rudolf Virchow. These three scientists, they contributed in forming the modern cell theory. Students, this is all about cell theory. Now moving on to our last topic, that is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Here there is difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Students, let's see. Prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells differ in their structure. The major difference exhibited by these cells are mentioned here. Prokaryotic cells, relatively simple, small cells ranging from 1 to 2 micrometer. Eukaryotic cells are complex, large cells ranging from 10 to 100 micrometers. Prokaryotic cells possesses rigid cell wall which prevent rupture of the cell. But in eukaryotic cells, no rigid cell wall in animals, but in plant cell wall is present. Membrane-bounded organelles are absent in prokaryotic cells, but membrane-bounded organelles are present in eukaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, genetic material is not enclosed in nuclear membrane, but genetic material is enclosed in a well-defined nuclear membrane in eukaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, genetic material consists of single circular double helical molecule of DNA. But in eukaryotic cells, there are many chromosomes, open-ended double helical molecule of DNA. DNA remains uncombined with protein in prokaryotic cells, but DNA remains combined with protein in eukaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, nucleolus is absent, but in eukaryotic cells, nucleolus is present and it is rich in RNA. Centriole is absent in prokaryotic cells, but centriole is in eukaryotic cells, centriole is present in animal cells, but absent in plant cells. Cell division in prokaryotic cells takes place by binary fission. Mitosis and meiosis are totally absent. But in eukaryotic cells, division of somatic cells takes place by mitosis, but division in reproductive cells takes place by meiotic cell division. No spindle fiber formation during cell division of prokaryotic cells. Spindle fibers form during cell division in eukaryotic cells. Golgi body is absent in prokaryotic cells. Golgi body is present in eukaryotic cells. Endoplasmic reticulum is absent in prokaryotic cells, but in eukaryotic cells, endoplasmic reticulum is present. In prokaryotic cells, ribosomes are dispersed in cytoplasm, but in eukaryotic cells, ribosomes are dispersed both in cytoplasm and present as well as on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. Plastid are absent in prokaryotic cells. In eukaryotic cells, plastid are absent in animals but present in plant cells. Lysosomes are absent in prokaryotic cells. Lysosomes are present in eukaryotic cells, animal cells and mesometic plant cells. Mitochondria are absent in prokaryotic cells and respiratory functions done by plasma membrane. Mitochondria are present in eukaryotic cells and contain numerous enzymes, circular DNA, and mitochondrial RNA. Vacuoles are absent in prokaryotic cells, but small vacuoles are present in animal cells and a large vacuole is present in plant cells. In prokaryotic cells, photosynthetic pigments are scattered in photosynthetic lamella, but in eukaryotic cells, photosynthetic pigments are located in the plastids. Prokaryotic cells are unicellular organisms like bacteria and cyanobacteria, but eukaryotes are unicellular as well as multicellular organisms. For example, animals and plants. This is all about students today's lecture. I'll be back very soon. Till that, take care and Allah Hafiz.